Hey guys, Uncle Pip here. Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. And this is my first day of my big adventure vlog. Yeah, the 2026 season of Pip's Plans has officially taken flight. Now, you just saw me boarding my airplane in Baltimore, actually on Tuesday night. And I left Baltimore Tuesday night, flew into Iceland, and that's what you're seeing right now. Here in Iceland, I thought it was kind of neat geography. You can see kind of the volcanic soil, if you will. I think in the distance you see some smoke coming up from an active volcano. Maybe I'm wrong. Right there it is. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it is still kind of neat scenery, regardless. Now, of course, I am changing planes, and I'm actually taking a flight to Munich. And in Munich, I land, and I end up going on one of the biggest adventures of my life. So I'm taking you with me. It's going to be a whole series. I hope you enjoy watching this series. This episode is mostly taking place, like right now, this is the morning of Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you where I'm going so you have an idea. You ready for this one? I'm about to take off here from Iceland and I'm going to Munich. When I land in Munich, ultimately we get on the Autobahn A8 and we go east to the town of Berchtesgaden. Now, that is very important because I've been reading the book Beyond Band of Brothers, the war memoirs of Major Dick Winters. And it's an amazing book. If you don't have it, I recommend you get it. It's called Beyond Band of Brothers, and it's the war memoirs of Major Dick Winters. It's his personal account of World War II. Obviously, he is the commander of Easy Company, 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment, 101st Airborne Division during World War II. They created a whole mini-series about that unit called Band of Brothers. So if you haven't watched it, check that out too. But Berchtesgaden is where they were at when the war ended. So obviously I wanted to go. Now, going down the A8 Autobahn, very historical because that is the exact road that they traveled on. Now, I'm actually getting a lot of my information from page 216 through about 220, in case you want to follow along. This view that you're seeing right now is actually the exact same road and same path that the 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment, 101st Airborne Division was literally on. So this is 82 years later what this road looks like. And I thought obviously that view is amazing. I'm following along in the book while I'm narrating this and watching it as well. Ultimately, this is bright and early on May the 4th, 1945, when their convoy had left where they were. It says we passed Rosenheim and the Chiemsee to Siegsdorf. And it says it's a short distance of about 40 miles from Talheim, where they were at. Obviously, we just passed Rosenheim in the video, and we're about to cross over the Chiemsee. Chiemsee was on my left, and it is the largest lake in Bavaria. I didn't know that until I was there, so that was really cool to see. But again, we're heading towards the town of Siegsdorf. That's the Chiemsee right there, actually. If you blink, you miss it. Because I'd been on a plane for the past 11 hours, and I wanted to stretch my legs, instead of going straight through, we stopped. And we ultimately would stop at a town called Traunstein. If you're looking on a map, Traunstein is just north of Siegsdorf. And all of this is very historical. I'm going to deviate from my book here for 1 minute, because Traunstein is where the 3rd Infantry Division came from. The 3rd Infantry Division was further north than the 101st Airborne Division. They were coming from the north to the south. They passed through Traunstein. And this road right now that I'm currently driving on is part of the road that the 3rd Infantry Division was on. I'm heading north into Traunstein. The 3rd Infantry Division was coming from the north and driving south. The reason that we picked Traunstein, though, is because it has a lot more history to it other than World War II. There's the big town of Traunstein. Off camera, I don't feel comfortable adding it to the video here. There is a World War II German cemetery in this town, and we stopped, paid our respects to the soldiers buried there. I think it was close to 1,000 soldiers buried there. But you're looking at the city center of Traunstein right now. Now you might think to yourself, I've heard this name before, how do I know it? Right here it is. Pope Benedict XVI was born here. This is the home church for Pope Benedict XVI. So they put up a statue for him right here in the town. So that's what we're looking at. I had no idea this is where Benedict XVI was from until I was there. I always knew that Pope Benedict XVI was from Germany. Didn't know where. Turns out he's from Traunstein, and it's right just north of Siegsdorf, and his hometown, right where both the 3rd Infantry Division went through to get to Berchtesgaden, and the 101st was just a mile or so south of here. So absolutely incredible stuff, but I didn't know any of that until I got there, so that's why I wanted to share it with you, because I'm not just about World War II stuff. Now obviously, in addition to the cemetery, we stopped at a cafe, at a bar, guest house. I don't remember the name of it, but we stopped, got some beer, and it was the first beer I had on the trip. Absolutely amazing. An incredible place. And the brewery is a small brewery called the Traunstein Brewery. Perfect. Absolutely amazing. Great people too. So ultimately, after filming this, we decided to go south, and we followed the 506 101st Airborne Division's path into Berchtesgaden. Now, this is May the 4th, 1945. This is the exact route they took. They went into a town called Insel. According to the book Beyond Band of Brothers, this was called Route 30 at the time. But one of the bridges was blown out. So before they got to the town of Insel, they had to stop and make a U-turn and come back and find another route. And then there was another bridge knocked out. So they ultimately zigzagged around a little bit. For my purposes, we did not stop at every single bridge that was blown out because, well, they've already repaired the bridge. We found the ultimate route that they took, and that's what we followed going into Berchtesgaden. And again, this is my first time ever going to that town. The next video, I'm going to release it next week. I am going to show you the town of Berchtesgaden and explain everything in better detail. Because before this trip, I really didn't understand all these key terms. So you're going to hear me say them. So I'm going to go ahead and try to say them to you now. Berchtesgaden is the town. Obersalzberg is the place. Kelstein is a mountain. Kelstein House is a building on top of a mountain. The Eagle's Nest is an English term that nobody else uses. And the Eagle's Nest is the Kelstein House on the Kelstein Mountain. The Berghof is a separate building at the base of the mountain, about a mile away from the Kelstein House. Yeah, I didn't know any of this stuff. So That's going to be more next week for you, but I wanted to give you a little heads up as to what we're doing. But again, what you're seeing right now, these are the exact same views that the 101st 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment saw 82 years ago on May the 4th of 1945. Now it says early the next morning they resumed the march, and at 12:30 on May the 5th is when they ultimately made it into Berchtesgaden. So it took them a day to do what we just did in 20 minutes. Obviously I was not getting shot at, so it wasn't that big of a deal for me. But again, if you're not being shot at, beautiful place to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and narrate some of the future in this video, because the actual video I don't have a lot to talk about. I don't have a lot of time to talk about it. In this book, Dick Winters goes on to describe a building that he refers to as the Berchtesgaden Hof. And the Berchtesgaden Hof was a hotel in the south end of Berchtesgaden. Now that's one of the last things you're going to see in today's video, because it was the last thing that I recorded. We're on the road to the Berchtesgaden Hof right now. The reason I bring all this up, I found out after the fact. In 2006, they decided to demolish the original building. This building was very historical. It was where Albert Kesselring surrendered. So here I am, just trying to find the eagle's nest, and I end up stumbling upon the original location of where Albert Kesselring surrendered. That was incredible to me. I did not think that was a thing. But it is here in Berchtesgaden at the original Berchtesgaden Hof. And today, if you go there, it has a new name. They demolished the original building and they put a new building up. And the new building is Haus der Burg. Now here's a tractor. I just thought a tractor looked cool. But again, this is the exact road that those guys were traveling. This is exactly what they saw 82 years ago. They might not have seen a tractor because they might have been in their Jeeps. But I like tractors, so yay, farm equipment. And right now we're about to cross over and look at Haus der Burg. Maybe. Just around the corner. This is Haus der Burg on the right hand side. Again, this is a modern building, but on that site was the original Berchtesgaden Hof, which is mentioned in the book. Right there. That's the area, the site where that building stands is where Albert Kesselring surrendered. And that's going to wrap up today's video. I didn't record too much after this, so tune in next week, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Obviously, I enjoyed making this video. And like I said, stay tuned. We got a lot of history to go through in next week's video. I'll see you next time.
I am waiting.